everybody. So today the video that I was asked to do was my standards on dating, or what should the standards be on dating. I guess I really wouldn't call them standards. I wouldn't call them expectations, but I think everybody has that ideal picture of what they want, not just out of their significant other, but out of their relationship as a whole. I am not the best person to ask because look at my track record. And those of you who don't know, I've only dated 4 people in my life since I was 15, which I'll be now 20, and 3 of them lasted no longer than like 2 months. And the longest one was, I call it a fluke because it just was ridiculous. But I would say my standards on dating, now if this is for a woman that is looking for a man, I've actually, over the past like 6 to 8 months that I've been single, I have noticed different things about men and women, and one of my standards is I want to go out on a date. I'm not going to just call you up and be like, hey, you want to hang? Let's go to Starbucks. Let's go bowl for an hour. You know, I want to actually take the time with someone and be like, okay, we're going to go out on Saturday. Let's make a date and a time. We'll pick each other up. We'll meet up somewhere and we'll go have lunch or dinner, maybe go see a movie, you know, actually plan out a date. That is a standard of mine. This goes for men and women, because sometimes women don't want to take the time to plan, and men, some men I've known, just are like, I don't care, we can do whatever you want. I want to go out on a date. Okay, what do you want to do? I want to go out on a date. You know, so that's my one thing. Second thing, I actually want to go somewhere where I kind of want to dress up, which is, I think that's a lot of people. They want to go somewhere fancy, not every day, but once in a while, put on your really pretty clothes, do up your best hair, wear your best shoes, find the most expensive jewelry and purse that you have. And you can find the most expensive jewelry and purse that you have and just doll yourself up. Or, if you're a man, make yourself look handsome. And I think you should want to make yourself look good for who you're with. Not to show off, not to, show everybody that, hey, I'm taken, this is what you're missing out on. I don't think it's that. It's, you should want to, every once in a while, show your significant other that, hey, even though you've seen me in sweatpants, eating some Doritos, watching Netflix, I can look pretty fucking good. I think that's anybody. So that's that. Third thing, doing things together. And for you dirty-minded perverts, it's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about, like, everybody has their differences. Like, he may like football, he may like video games, she might like shopping, she might like eating junk food. Every once in a while, you want to find something that you guys like and have in common and do those things together. Things like, okay, I've found that one guy that I dated, we both liked the same kind of video games. We both like RPGs. So we both found a multiplayer RPG, and it was quite fun. That is a memory that I do like out of all that. Was, just that quality time. Especially if you guys don't see each other all the time, finding things that you guys want to do together actually brings you guys closer. You're laughing, you're enjoying your time. I think it's good. It's healthy. Fourth thing, whatever thing I'm on now, I want someone on the same intellectual level, if not better. I want someone who I feel I am equal to, not necessarily above them. Because a lot of times, I come off as really stupid. And I come off as very naive. When it comes down to it, I find that I am quite intelligent. But when I talk with someone, I want to be able to say big words and not have to spend half the conversation explaining what that one word meant. So I like having intellectual conversations. Finding someone who I can do that with, nowadays is not that common, but, finding someone who you can share a mental connection with. I think that is one of the most intimate things you can do. You know, when you connect with someone on a mental level, you can share your thoughts. Not necessarily, and some people get to the point where they argue. I don't, like, if you can have, like, a debated conversation where you can both share your opinions, and then the other person can say, well, I can understand why you think that, but this is why I think this. You know, you can share your opinions and not judge the other person or get into a big argument about it. You know, I don't want to find someone who shares the same views, but I want someone who has different views, but can also understand why I think the way I think, or why I say what I say. So that's something I would think would be ideal in a relationship. 5 or 6, whichever one that is. I want someone who's driven. A lot of people are just settling nowadays. You know, they're just settling for what they have. They're in their comfort zone. And I can understand that. But I want someone who is motivated, someone who is driven to have better or to do better than what they have. You know, because I see so many people that have the potential to do good things, to go somewhere with their life, and they choose not to because they're uncomfortable or they found something that they're okay with. You know, there's a lot of things that you can be okay with, but what if there's something out there that is so amazingly spectacular and it is possible to get there, but you're like, and then you talk yourself out of it. You're like, oh no, not worth it. But what if it is? You'll never know, because you're sitting on your fucking ass thinking, oh yeah, life's okay. But life could be better. Life could be great. So why not try? So, driven and motivation are definitely my 2 things. And the last thing, I just want someone who is just open-minded about things. You know, and that's more of a personality. Someone who has a personality. There we go. Personality. That's what I'm talking about. You know, you can trust them. Not just on a physical level, but on a spiritual level, on a mental level. You can build that bond of trust so strong that you can say anything to them. And there won't be any judgmental. Unless you're a fucking psychopath. Then I could understand the trust issue. I really can. But someone who you can talk to, someone you can cry to, someone you can yell at because you need to get something off your chest, and they can just sit there and just be like, it's okay, you can punch me in the face, you can pull my hair, you can yell at me, you can say that I'm acting like a dirty ass whore, and I won't care because I fucking love you. Yeah. You know, just, you know, someone who's open-minded. That's a good thing. And there is a difference between open-minded and overly sexual. And I am both. Because I have gotten to the point where I can balance both of those. But I'm sorry, but most social media nowadays is more of the latter than the former. And that's a big problem. Because a lot of people nowadays are like, oh yeah, I'm open-minded. No, you're not. Not from what I've seen. No, you're not. Open-minded is, you know, people who are accepting of things that aren't part of the norm. People who are open-minded to hearing what others have to say, hearing what others want to do, and not criticize them for thinking or feeling different. To me, that's open-minded. And I am that. Remember that, guys. But, you know, just all those things, you know, and it's hard to find every single one of those qualities in someone. And people are so picky about things nowadays. But the one thing that I think people want to look for in someone is that they're accepting. That they're accepting of the person for everything that they are and want to embellish the greatness in people. And I think that's the one thing that many people want to look for, is they're accepting of them in any shape or form that person's in. And that, to me, is a beautiful quality to have. And if you are accepting of someone who is either different from you, similar to you, or out of the box, wacko different, then you are A-okay in my book. Now, this video went on a lot longer than I thought, so I'm going to call this a wrap. I'm hoping this wasn't going to offend anyone, and if it does, well then, you aren't open-minded as you thought you were. But I hope you guys have a fantastic Monday and have a good rest of your week. I'll probably be posting more videos. Send me things that you want me to talk about, and sayonara.